everybody. My name is McKenna Cullen, and today I want to talk about something that really fascinates me. I'm a big fan of true crime. I love hearing about cases and how they're solved in the justice system and how all of that works. I want to talk about why we need to do better as a justice system. All of us take part in the justice system. We are all have opinions and we help a case move forward, especially if we decide to go in that career path in our lives. I want to talk about 3 different examples of how the justice system has failed us and why we need to change. The first one is something that most people probably have already heard about, the Tristan Bailey case. 13-year-old girl is brutally murdered by a 14-year-old boy. She is stabbed 114 times, and most of the wounds on her were defense wounds, covering her arms and her head and her neck. She was trying to defend herself against this boy that she trusted. The St. Augustine Record talks about that Aiden Fucci in Jacksonville, Florida, may only have to serve up to 7 years for this crime that he committed, rather than life. Now, it's possible that he will serve life, but even if he does, 25 years after that, he still has the chance of getting out. News4Jax talks about this as well, talks about how he's probably not going to get the life sentence, and even if he does, after 25 years, he will be able to possibly get out or ask for a lesser sentence. I don't agree with this. 14-year-old boy brutally murdered a 13-year-old girl for no reason, and he might only get 7 years. That is baffling to me because I think somebody that does such a horrific crime should go to jail for life. Next one I want to talk about is women that are going to jail for killing their rapists. This is a big thing for me because I think that self-defense needs to be more valued in our country. I think people like to take it for advantage sometimes, but it's also just not being used properly in our justice system. I want to talk about Crystal Kaiser. OKPlayer.com is what really talks about this. This is a lady who is currently up in trial, possibly having to serve a life sentence for killing her rapist. Another one would be from Fox 59, a girl named Syntal Brown, who she was accused a long time ago of killing her sex trafficker, and she served 15 years in prison for killing them. She shot them and set their house on fire, and she served up to 15 years for this. I absolutely think this is horrendous. It was self-defense. If somebody is being raped or being murdered or anything like that, they have the right to fight back and defend themselves. I think murder was a complete plausible answer for self-defense in this case, because what are you supposed to do against a sex trafficker or a rapist? You can't let them get away with it, and that's exactly what they did do. They didn't let them get away with it, but they went through the justice system and it failed them. It told them that what they did was wrong and sent them straight to jail. Next one I want to talk about is Samuel Brownridge. This is a guy who was accused of a gang robbery / murder back in 1995. The New York Times talks a lot about this. He served in prison for 25 years before it came out with new evidence and new testimonies that he was actually innocent. They just didn't look hard enough. They saw something that they thought would be the right answer, and they took him straight to jail and didn't think twice about it until 25 years later, more evidence came out. NW Daily News talks about this as well, and talks about how the judge at the hearing cried to Samuel and told him how sorry they were that after 25 years, they were finally able to give him the justice he deserved. I think all 3 of these, actually all 4 of these cases, are extremely important for people to realize how the justice system is doing us wrong. The justice system needs to change. We need to help it change. We need to make people realize that rape and sexual trafficking is really horrible, and people that kill their rapist or sexual trafficker in self-defense should not go to jail. A kid who murders a little girl and stabs her 114 times should not serve 7 years. He should serve forever. And someone that served 25 years because police and forensics and everything could not look hard enough into the evidence to see that he was clearly not the killer, because he was actually at home when the killing happened. But they didn't look hard enough for that. They just decided to convict him. So I think this is something that we, the people, need to be aware of, and we need to stop. We need to work together to make the justice system more fair, because this is horrible and it needs to change. Thank you.